Hey YouTube, Yu-Gi-Oh! Marketman here, coming to you on a Monday. This is right after Thanksgiving weekend. How was you guys' weekend? I personally had a 4-day weekend. It was great. Ate a lot of food, hung out with family and a couple of friends over the weekend, and it was just awesome. It was real fun. Um, Tell me what you guys did over the weekend. If you did anything besides sit with your family and just hang out and have a good time. Um, and then I want to also talk to you guys about my weird deck ideas. I have come up with a new name for the series that I actually like a lot better, and I think is really cool, and it seems to get a lot of people's attention. It's called Deck for Dummies, or Decks for Dummies. Just like you have computer software for dummies, driving for dummies, all those other for dummies books that you can read. Um, that makes it that like basically it tells you everything a lot simpler. So you don't feel like such a dumbass trying to do something. That's basically what my video is going to be right now. My weird deck ideas are now decks for dummies, and I will be going back and changing all the names for them. So yeah. Well, I'm coming to you guys with the first deck for dummies episode. The actual real first deck for dummies, but it's gonna be like weird deck 8 or some weird shit like that. I don't know what number we're on. I've been away for 4 days. And this deck actually, I played against this deck and I asked the guy for his deck list, and there was a lot of inconsistencies, so I fixed it up and I made it as good as can be without being terrible. And this, excuse me, this deck is really random as fuck. Like, you're not gonna really get why there's all these random cards in here. Um, but with the theme of the deck, it works. Like, this deck is, it's fast. It pops out level 8s like crazy. Um, and you can synchro up the wazoo. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to synchro like twice a turn. If there is a reason, then it's probably your opponent's reason. Like, if they have an answer, like, I don't know, basically, like, if they Solemn Warning or Bottomless or whatever, or if they Solemn Judgment or something. So, yeah, let's get into it. One, it's Resonators. There's 7 Resonator monsters in the deck. So, yeah. It is 42 cards, 24 monsters, 13 spells, 5 traps. I have 5 cards for the extra deck that I recommend. Um, all the 10 other are just whatever you feel like it, whatever your meta is. And then I have the recommended extra deck, which is obviously I'm looking at doing network right now. Um, if I could record the screen and talk to you at the same time, then I would, but my Camtasia is being a bitch and it won't let me do that. So, yeah, here's the deck list. Triple Dark Resonator. If you don't know what the effects do, I'll read them to you. Once per turn, if Dark Resonator would not be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. So it your opponent has to kill it twice to kill it, and it's a level 3 tuner, so it's pretty good. Dark Fiend, if it matters. Barrier Resonator, light, level 1, 300, 800 tuner. During either player's turn, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to select one face-up tuner monster you control this turn. That monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from battles involving it. So this is a two-way street that you can use this. One, you can use it to get into your level 6s or level 5s if you need be, or you can use it as basically a whole turn. Um, I don't know what the turn would be, like Waboku or threatening or something. If you have a tuner on the field and this card in your hand, you can basically stop your opponent from BLSing you and killing you. And then next turn, you're probably going to draw into one of your level 5s. And then you're going to spam that to the field somehow. And you're going to make your level 8 probably Scrap Dragon to get over the BLS or get rid of it. Um, and you do play 1 for 1 in here, even though there's only 2 level 1 tuners. which are the two barriers, it's still really, really good. Creation resonator, I don't care for the effect. I mean, I do, but it's just a level 3 tuner again. If you control a face-up level 8 or higher synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. This gets you your double synchros and lets you wreck face. But it doesn't really matter what the stats are. You just use it for a level 3 tuner, as I said. Triple Cyber Dragon and triple Tricky. Level 5s. Easy to get out. Special summon. Then you normal summon, and then you special, normal, special, 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 blah, 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 spam, spam, spam. You know how that goes. 2 Trigodia, because you can steal stuff and exceed. You can copy levels, and you can tune with it, and all that other good stuff. And it's a nice, big, beefy ass when you need it to be, because there are times where you have like 6, 7 cards in hand, and you're just sitting there. Okay, what the hell am I gonna do? Let's just attack with Chigodia and see what happens. Then you've got 6 Blackwings, 2 Shura, 2 Bora, 1 Zephyros, and 1 Gale. Just as like, they're not really throw-ins, but it's not really an engine either. It's just a way to spam monsters to the field and be able to tune quicker. Then Triple Tengu, because you're tuning a lot in this deck and you need like a lot of synchro material, synchro bait, whatever. Spells, 3 Resonator Call, which is your Rhoda. You just add a Resonator to your hand. 2 Resonator Engine. Select 2 Resonator monsters in your graveyard, add 1 level 4 monster from your deck to your hand, and return the selected Resonator monsters in your graveyard to the deck. So, that returns your Blackwings and your Tengus back to the deck and gets your Resonator in your hand to synchro. That's good. And as of right now, Resonator Call, Resonator Engine are common. Tengus are kind of expensive. Supers are like 15s. Well, 10 to 15 roughly. Gale is rare. Zephyros is like 10. Bora and Shura are common. Trig is common. Tricky's rare. Cyber Dragon's common. All the Resonators are common. Well, Dark Resonator is rare. So it's not really that expensive of a deck so far. The expensive stuff is the extra deck, but I'll get to that. 1 Reborn, 1 Dark Hall, 1 Heavy, triple MST. Make sure you can do your synchroing and make sure you can wreck face as soon as possible. 1 Avarice, because you do run through monsters like crazy, and there's a lot of monsters, so you're going to get them in the grave quick, and you're going to want to get some pluses. 1 for 1, like I said, for the barrier to get your level 5s and 6s and whatever else on the field. And that also gets you away into Trish, because you can go Summon Shura, Special Bora, Return Bora for Zephyros, Special Bora, play 1 for 1, go with Zephyros and Bora into Trish, do your stuff with Trish, and then you can kill something with Shura, get Gale, attack with Trish for a total of 4,000, and then synchro into Armor Master and have a monster that's basically invincible, so it's pretty good. Trap cards, the 5 are pretty simple. 2 Warning, 1 Judgment, and 2 Call of the Haunted. Just to get your tuners and your whatever else back so you can synchro and synchro and synchro and synchro and synchro, blah, 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 all over again like crazy. So, side deck, 2 Dragon Ice. Now, people really, I don't ever see this card ever. I've gone to plenty regionals, plenty locals. I've seen 1, and the guy wanted 30 for it, so I was kind of mad. But this deck, or this card, is actually really cool. It's got a really unique ability. It's 1822, it's level 5, which goes into the synchroing stuff. It allows you to do some good stuff. When your opponent special summons a monster, you can discard 1 card to special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Hand or graveyard, so it can reborn itself. There can only be 1 face-up Dragon Ice monster on the field, which is fine because nobody plays Dragon Ice. You'll probably be the only one in like the state with a Dragon Ice. And what's really, really good about this card is you can get it from the grave, you can get it from your hand to the field, and it works really good against TGs because they special their striker and their what the hell is it? The werewolf. They special that. Everybody synchros, everybody exceeds, so Dragon Ice is really good right now. And discarding from your hand in this deck isn't really a big problem because you're going to be doing it for the tricky anyway. So it works. It's actually a really good tech against TGs and against Blackwings too. So it's pretty good. I'm recommending to play Book because if you don't play Book and you don't have the barrier, your opponent will wreck your face with BLS. So you better make sure you have the Book. And then the other two in the side that I'm recommending is 2 Dark Bribe because you can swap out probably 1 for 1 and 1 call, or the 2 calls if you want to, for 2 Dark Bribes. So if your opponent does try and negate your special summon, you can try and negate their card. It gives them hand advantage, but that doesn't matter as long as you keep the monster and you can reduce their life points. It's good. Extra deck. 1, the Sacred Pallades, or Pleiades, whatever the hell this thing is. This can also be an Andreas if you really want to, Keeper of Armageddon. I actually like this right now because Cyber Dragons are light. That's the only way you can get this out, but you do have Cyber Dragon and you have Reborn for another Cyber Dragon. But the effect is amazing. Detach 1 XYZ material from this card. Return 1 card on the field back to its owner's hand. This effect can be activated on your opponent's turn. That means you can activate it on your turn, attack for 25, and then when they try and drop BLS, be like Sacred Pallades effect, activate. Detach, send it back to the hand, or whatever you need to do, making sure obviously they don't have more targets in the grave to remove for it. And it's a real good out to a lot of stuff. And then 1 Volcasaurus, which, that's going to be pretty much staple in the extra deck eventually. If people start using a lot of level 5s, because this card is amazing. If you don't know what it does, please look it up. I don't want to sit here and explain it. Cataster, Sirius the Blue Wolf Star. It's a level 6 synchro, generic, 2415. When this card is destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard, you can select 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. That monster loses 2400 attack. Yeah, talk about fucking up Stardust. This is actually probably the best level 6 besides Brionic, in my opinion. Because you can kill pretty much everything with this. If you synchro into Sirius and you suicide and you make sure your Sirius dies by battle on your turn, and you attack with a little monster over a supposedly big monster, it's funny. Brio, Bird, Scrap Archfiend, Armor Master, Thought Ruler, which I think this is becoming a little more mainstream. I've always used Thought Ruler. I just never had the space to effectively use it. But in this deck, you use it because you can lose life points pretty quickly with your triple Solemn plays. Crimson Blader, it's generic level 8, 2826. This, in my opinion, will replace Colossal Fighter because of this effect. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, your opponent cannot normal or special summon level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn. Holy sheep shit, that's good. There's nothing rank 4 or lower that I know of that in 1 turn can be 3000. Leviathan takes 2 turns, so that's not going to work. You're going to have to go into his Zen mains to stop Crimson Blader from fucking you up. Because once Crimson Blader hits the field and it starts wrecking the shit out of people, beware. 1 Red Dragon for them defensive, like Spirit Reaper and Marshmallow and bullshit like that. Scrap Dragon, double Stardust because you do hit those level 8s quick, and Trishula. So that is the deck for dummies. episode 1 or episode 9, 8, 64. I don't know what the hell number we're on. So yeah, peace out, YouTube.